another cyber attack, another big breach of customers' information. But let's just say these customers, they have a lot to hide. I'm talking about this website. It's called Ashley Madison, and if you haven't heard of it, good for you. The slogan says it all. Life is short, have an affair. A site that hooks people up looking to cheat on their spouses. Executives now confirming the website has now been hacked, and the personal information of 37 million members, their names, their addresses, their sexual fetishes could now be in the hands of hackers who call themselves the Impact Team. So joining me now, I've got Charles Orlando. He wrote about his experience on the site for his work, Why Women Cheat. A Married Man Goes Undercover on Ashley Madison. And also with me, Joe Loomis, cybersecurity expert and CEO of CyberSponse. So gentlemen, welcome to both of you. And Charles, you first, because just reading your piece, I mean, for someone, listen, I'm not married. I hope never, ever to cheat on a potential spouse. But it's sort of fascinating getting sucked into your piece and all these details. I mean, here you are, this happily married man. You're doing this piece for work. Can you just give me some details on who exactly you found on the site?
Sure. I went in with a simple hypothesis, which is why women are cheating. Why were they so interested in looking for an extramarital affair?
Well, let's be clear. It's equal opportunity cheating. It's men and women, yeah?
Yes, it is, absolutely.
Okay.
But I was looking specifically, I wasn't looking to date men on the site. I was looking to date women on the site. But men are there for a variety of the same reasons. They're looking to feel like people again. Women are there to feel like wives and not feel like wives and mothers, but to feel like women, desired, wanted, and needed beyond just housework and work and finances and all the things that go with cohabitation. They just want to feel like women again. And men are looking for the same type of validation. That's why they don't necessarily want to leave their current relationship, but they aren't getting their needs met. So they look externally. And I'm not advocating having an affair. We're just talking about why people are sitting on sites like this.
Yep. And so tell me, Joe, before I get to you, when I'm thinking about potential information that these hackers would have, what kind of information did you have to give up about yourself? And I mean personal information.
Well, I'm probably part of this hack, right? So credit card information, my full profile. I actually put up 3 profiles to go on the site and do my investigation. But credit card information, some very specific information about me as a person, my wants, my needs, my sexual desires, that's all there.
That's all out there in the ether. Okay, so I won't ask you specifics. We'll leave that between you and your wife. Joe, to you, let me just read part of what the hacking group posted online to the company who hosts the site. Avid Life Media has been instructed to take Ashley Madison and establishment offline permanently in all forms. Too bad for those men. They're cheating dirtbags and deserves no such discretion. And with over 37 million members, mostly from the U.S. and Canada, a significant percentage of the population is about to have a very bad day, including many rich and powerful people. So this is, we talk about, hacking a lot, but in this case, is this hackers like the moral police to you? Sounds like an oxymoron, but ethical hacking, is that how you read this?
This is more of a hacktivism type of an attack where they have an initiative and a motive behind it with a statement behind what their intentions are. Maybe there are a few individuals that have been burned in this regard and they really wanted to take it to a different level now.
So what are they asking for?
Well, aside from I would look at it as more of it's a choice and a demand. The demand is that they shut down the website and cease all operations or face the exposure of potential class action lawsuits, other kind of reputation damaging type of events that might take place when you expose your type of customer base to the national or to the to the global public market.
And again, Joe, to Charles's point, this isn't like a target hack, let's say, for example, where somebody may have your credit card information or your bank account information. I mean, this is like uber personal, anything from what kind of men or women you prefer to your own personal sexual preferences, all out there in someone else's hands, which would be rather frightening.
Exactly. This is the attack of someone's privacy now. It's not necessarily affecting you financially more so than it is affecting your personal life. And this is part of where I think the economy and the world is going towards is how well do we preserve our privacy and protect it? How willing are we able to put information out on websites while we're wholly trusting their security of what the information we're providing them? All 37 million members of this site blindly assume that this organization had the right kind of security countermeasures in place or insider protections to prevent these types of attacks. And clearly that's not the case. I think it's a good lesson to learn. One, don't put anything on the web that you think that could come back to harm you, whether it's personal, whether it's a private conversation, whether it's an email. I think most professionals that live in our industry understand those risks. But unfortunately, to the consumer, we're starting to see how important privacy and being naive about how organizations protect data.
Well, I'm going to go out on a limb and say people on sites like this aren't thinking with this here. Charles, just final thought with you. I mean, listen, you met some of these women. You got to the point on one date where the woman wanted to reach across the table and kiss you. ... What's your takeaway for people who do this kind of thing?
Well, and by the way, I didn't cheat, so just to kill the conclusion of the article, you can read it at yourtango.com, but I didn't cheat. But people forget that they forget a couple of things. That anything you put, to your point, anything that you put online is available and can be searched and found. Facebook is certainly a great example of people looking to connect in a variety of ways. And Ashley Madison just happens to have the Cheater's website moniker attached to it. Cheating's been around for thousands of years, if not forever. So we just happen to have a spotlight on here. But, if you're going to have an illicit affair, my first advice is don't. Close one chapter before you begin another. And remember, anything you put online, somebody's going to find it. Someone's going to find it.
Just don't. Charles Orlando and Joe Loomis.